In Star Citizen 317, don't choose Orison as your home location. Welcome back, Alphas. In this video, we'll discuss what's wrong with that spawn point in the new patch and what we can do to help. So hold orbit. This video is intended to bring awareness to a feature that needs tweaking. For patch 317 and beyond, I know exactly 0 players who will choose Orison as their home location, now that the orbital stations have separate inventory from the major landing zones below. And yeah, I say Orison as opposed to the more popular Orison. I don't agree with everything that Chris Roberts says, but I do appreciate his pronunciation of that city. I think Orison sounds more descriptive of the city in the clouds. It rises above the gas dwarf. Before 317, the best thing about setting your home planet to Crusader was that you could access your fleet from Port Olisar. And it's relatively easy to move gear and ships from PO to Grimhex, which has a value brand hospital. Some argue that Port Olisar is the best station in the game. There's no hangars to slowly squeeze large ships into, no train citizen gameplay, no marathon citizen gameplay, no elevator citizen gameplay. It's simply land, exit ship, go straight inside, do your business, and when you're done, it's even easier to depart. It's like 1 minute from waking up in a bed at PO to climbing into your ship. Bam! Let's go experience this space sim. On the other hand, I know it's not very realistic being able to call your ship at an orbital platform after you landed it down on the planet earlier. But maybe CIG broke these apart to avoid us landing our ships at the station in space, like Tressler, and then selling our cargo down below at New Babbage. You think that's their reasoning? But to me, it makes sense to keep them linked. I would much rather have the orbital stations connected to the main LZ below. What about you? Take it to the point of realism and then bring it back to fun. Isn't that what CIG is always preaching? And I'm good with that part being gamified a bit, for the sake of fun. Without my longtime home, Port Olisar, connected to Orison's inventory, the trade-off is simply not worth it to spawn there. Why not? The second best thing about setting your home location to Crusader was Cousin Crows. Because before 317, we had to bring all of our ships to the place that sold the ship components. So for me, setting my spawn to Orison was worth it, as I could buy all the military upgrades for my ships and then upgrade them all from my home location without having to fly each of my ships halfway across the verse just to upgrade their shields and TS2. But in Star Citizen 317, we can move ship components from one location to another, albeit a bit risky, by transferring the ship components to our ship's inventory and then flying to wherever we need the ship upgrades applied. So basically, we don't have to bring each ship to Orison to upgrade them any longer. We could make one trip to Cloud City, buy tons of ship upgrades, and then put them all in our ship's inventory, and then burn a bunch of time on a really boring escape from atmosphere. And then fly to wherever your fleet is parked. Offload the upgrades to the station inventory, and then upgrade your stored ships. You just gotta cross your fingers that nothing bad happens along the way. You know, while transporting hundreds of thousands of creds worth of upgrades. Yeah. So what's the point of spawning at Orison? The atmosphere is ridiculously thick, and it's a huge waste of gaming time, in my opinion. There's nothing to do except put it on cruise control and then try to keep your ship flying straight through all the wind gusts. Day 6. Supplies running low. Still haven't exited Crusader's atmosphere. Commander Teddy suggested we eat Pico. We're not there yet, but I've never had penguin before. Every single time I leave Orison, my hydrogen fuel is at like 25% or less by the time I exit atmosphere and can quantum jump. Granted, I do hit the burn a lot, right? I'm always holding boost. Here's me testing it, being a masochist in a damaged ship for science. Any of you old school backers remember when we first got Hurston, the first planet? Remember how long it took to exit atmosphere from Lorville? Dude, it was unfun. It was like 8 minutes of exiting atmosphere. And Crusader now feels the same. So if you remember that, tell us an old-timer story down in the comments.
Back in my day, leaving Lorville took so long you could go mow the lawn by hand. And when you're done and showered, you'd still be in atmosphere on cruise control. Thank goodness for cruise control.
We need CIG to lower the altitude at which you can jump away from Orison so that the city will see more players choose it as their spawn. Maybe we could start an issue council ticket somehow, but then again, it's a feature, not a bug. So how do we get CIG to give Crusader that same love and attention that Hurston was once shown? Side note, if I had to guess, you have to fly so far up in atmosphere to jump because CIG wanted us to see their new procedural cloud tech. But it's old news, man. Clouds on Microtech and Hurston now. And on Microtech, you can jump at like, 12,500 or 14K up, something like that. And then you can escape New Babbage. Now, in my opinion, I don't think players should be forced to see points of interest in a sandbox game. Like, I don't think we should have to traverse the entire city to get to our ships. You want me to go deeper into the city, devs? Okay, cool. Build enough reasons into the game where I want to go there. And don't force me to fight atmosphere and look at a cloud tech demo for minutes just to start playing. In my opinion, CIG should consider their target demographic, adults who give them money to save time grinding ships, to get right in and play. Now, some people I know, they want to experience every ounce of gameplay, and they want to start with the starter ship or something close to it, maybe a couple of ships, and then they want to invest time into grinding out all the ships and experience everything and get that sense of achievement in game. Both playstyles are viable. But think about how many ships CIG sells. They're all sold to help fund the project and to save backers time grinding. So if that many backers want to jump right in and experience the gameplay of that ship, then why should CIG add something that's so counter to their customers' wants or needs? I do have an idea about how to get Crusader's jump altitude lowered. Let the data speak for itself. If none of us choose Crusader as our home in 3.17, CIG's internal reporting should show how low the numbers are. And I would just imagine that they would investigate and try to figure out what the reasons are that no one liked their lag-tastic work of art. And then maybe Crusader will get a lower altitude to jump out of atmosphere and could finally be somewhere that people enjoy visiting instead of what it is now. Usually just an audible grumble that comes through Discord comms from anyone who's unfortunately sentenced to Crusader's prison. Oh, great. I'm back at Orison. I guess that's it for me tonight, guys. GG. Logs out. So do your part by choosing any of the other 3 home locations, like anywhere but Orison this patch, and help us win a data-driven quality of life improvement. Hey, it's worked in the past, like back when Lorville was first introduced, and it was a nightmare to leave, like 20 minutes from spawn to get to Everest. Like, no kidding. So I'm curious if my org and I are the only ones that wants the jump altitude lowered, or if you and your buddies have also felt this way and have been talking about it. So I guess we'll see by how many times this video gets shared to favorite Discords. Tap that like to show you agree that CIG needs to lower Crusader's jump altitude. Please! Alright, I'll do it. I'm gonna get called arms. I gotta say hi to Captain Janeway first. Janeway, come back. Janeway, we're on a mission. We need your help. Janeway, you can't turn your back on us now. Janeway. Wait, just stop it. Whoa. Whoa, where'd she go? Oh, she just glitched through me. Now she's hiding. You've really changed.